specificity to where many of those World War II losses are. All right, World War II. 73,000 Americans still unaccounted for from World War II. In a nutshell, and I'm not being flippant here, it was a world war. That's a challenge in and of itself. A global conflict. Almost 70 years have gone by since the end of World War II. We are losing those firsthand witnesses, both American veterans and on the other side of the conflict. Files we're trying to build case files for those men still unaccounted for. Many of you will remember in 1973 there was a fire out of the National Records Center out in St. Louis that destroyed thousands and thousands of files. The vast majority of those files were World War II personnel. So we're trying to rebuild those files. Again, time is the greatest enemy that we face in all these conflicts, especially in World War II. The length, the breadth of the conflict, the fact that witnesses are dying, and the fact that many of the records are non-existent or they're in very, very poor condition makes our job very, very difficult. I think the key point for the World War II families to take away is that we have moved from a reactive mode on World War II accounting to a proactive mode. The boss, Deputy Assistant Secretary Winfield, made reference to the National Defense Act of 2010, Public Law 11184. That was the legislation that mandated the conflicts that the accounting community is responsible for, one of which is now World War II. So in the past, we were in more of a reactive mode on World War II. For example, a farmer or a woodcutter in Papua New Guinea would come across an airplane crash. He would report it to the embassy, they would report it to JPAC. More of a reactive mode. Now we are taking, as they say, a proactive mode. We're out there aggressively looking at cases and pursuing cases. The way ahead for World War II, we're making greater use of private and foreign government research. I want to focus for a moment on when I say the private research. I hate to call them hobbyists, but especially in Europe, there are many groups that for weekends, they go out looking for crash sites, Allied crash sites. They have a lot of information, valuable information, that we can certainly make use of. We're also expanding our field operations. My office, the Defense Prisoner of War, Missing Personnel Office, we stood up a World War II division several years ago. Our researchers and investigators are now joining and aiding the JPAC teams, complementing the JPAC teams, putting additional people in the field and searching. We're trying to make greater use of our embassies. Deputy Assistant Secretary Winfield mentioned the important role that the State Department in the countries where we work, the important role that the State Department plays in this mission. And finally, as I said just a few moments ago, building the World War II case files. Now, the Korean War case files and the Vietnam War case files are much more advanced, if you will. World War II, again, we're trying to put those case files together because they are so critical to pursuing the World War II accounting mission. Korea.